All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the very first episode of the Chosen Spectre. My name's Gian Marco. Some of you can call me Gian or Gian. I run
Sorry,
this
sorry. Let them know your name again. What's your name?
Gian Marco. Some of you can call me Gian, whatever you guys want to call me. Um,
Gianmarco Solo.
yes, sir. I run the Spectre Six YouTube channel, and I am not alone because I am with my brother from another mother, my boy, my homie, my big bro. Jacob Angel, who runs the Chosen One channel. So go check him out. I'll leave his links down below in the description. How you doing today, Jacob?
Thank you. No, I'm good, thank you, bro. How are you? I'm currently getting updates on non-related football match going on, and it's 1-1 currently. So there may be moments where I'm, screaming excitement or disappointed at any point. But it's to do with this. It's not to do with the topic at hand. But thank you for having me, dude. Honestly, it's nice to actually do this. I know we've been talking about it for some time.
Yeah,
Um, and I mean, hey, we're big Star Wars guys. What's not to love,
for real,
Just
exactly.
the average fan, if you will, common fan.
Exactly. Exactly. So basically, just give a rundown what this whole like shebang's will be about. Basically, me and Jacob, we're just gonna talk about Star Wars and do talk about Star Wars related topics. Um, so this first episode will be kind of like a cool little slow introduction about how me and Jacob got into Star Wars, and then the later half will be basically um our dream Star Wars project, what we want to see
Yeah.
that Lucasfilm and Disney can make, or our
Oh, I've
dream.
already got one. I've already got one in mind immediately.
Oh, I got one of mine too, so I can't wait to get to that part. But yeah, Jacob, you want to lead off? How did you yourself get into Star Wars? Did you watch as a kid?
I
Did
mean,
you watch recently?
it's crazy because I know it sounds so stereotypical. Like, okay, oh, I've remembered it for as long as I can remember. Like, I don't actually remember what my first initial watch of it was. Like, I don't really remember. All I remember, like, in just looking back, is for as long as I've been alive, I've been a Star Wars fan. So I actually have no idea what the first moment was. But if I had to really think on it, it's to do with these first two movies right here. And the fact that while watching
So sick.
these first two movies, he looked very similar to me. And I was like, oh my God, it's a kid with, fucking multiple daddy issues in space. Gets taken. It's basically Cinderella for boys. It's with magical powers and fancy ships and light and swords. And obviously, you've got multiple, you know, people who identify with it, whether they're male or female, whatever. But just as a kid, what was the draw to me. So I remember watching these two religiously on repeat, and obviously you've got the two DVDs right here. These are the exact two. And I didn't have much knowledge on Star Wars beyond these two DVDs, so I just watched them again and again and again. And I remember it being the year of 2004, and I was told by
I was
my mum
born,
and
bro.
granddad, or I was told by my mum and granddad that there was actually an original trilogy, which was set before these. So mind blown, you've got the ending released, but you haven't even like what? And that's where these come in. And I'm like, oh my god, there's three more movies that I've never seen. So I remember getting these and just binging them one after the other. And I remember Darth Vader walking into shot, and I forgot who said it in my family. That someone's like, oh my god, that's Anakin, by the way. And little Jacob, like my mind just went, what? So I never got the reveal in Empire Strikes. I never had that. Literally, it was just like, what the hell? The fuck you
Wait,
mean
so
this? You mean this geezer becomes him? Like, huh? What happened there? So I never got the great reveal in episode 5. Like I never knew because all what happened was Vader walks into shot at the opening of episode 4, and that was it. I don't know who it was that said it, but I was like, you just blown my mind completely. Like this is crazy to me.
the fact that
Um,
you didn't know
I
was
had no idea.
actually such a W way to get introduced to the franchise because that seems so iconic. So like,
Yeah, like, but the thing is, I didn't get that reveal in Empire. Like, I got it while we were watching A New Hope. Like, while we were watching A New Hope, I
oh, okay.
literally had no idea. Like, he walks in the scene. I'm like, so you're telling me how on earth does this geezer here become this? I I'm missing something here. And because I rewatched these quite a lot, the same way I would rewatch Power Rangers or I rewatch Harry Potter, which you're now into. So there you go. Anakin was like a character that I identified with quite a lot. And obviously, while watching the original trilogy, same thing for Luke Skywalker. I identify with him. I relate with him. And I was like, there's a disconnect here. What do you mean my childhood hero goes bad? Like, what? So during the year of 2004 and 2005, so both of those years, I remember being depressed as shit waiting for this movie to come out. All the marketing, all the hype, and obviously this is why Star Wars is so, great for everyone, is because everyone has a different generational footprint with it. People like, okay, the original trilogy fans get to see how Anakin becomes the guy in the suit. Prequel fans are just along for the ride. They're not the wiser. But for me, because I already knew that he became Vader, I'm like, well, this is just depressing. Like, what do you mean? Like, so, well, what? Because if you remove the knowledge of this whole film entirely, and you focus just on these two and these three, you're missing Order 66. You're missing the eradication of the Jedi. You're missing Anakin and Obi-Wan beefing with each other. What happened to Mace Windu? Like, all these things. So I just assumed while watching the OG trilogy, oh, the Jedi just disappeared and did their own thing, and Luke brought them. Like, they're all actually okay. While watching this movie, I was like, oh dear. Like, I expected Dooku to die and whatever, but the minute Windu gets killed and shoved out the window, I'm like, oh dear. And I remember just being depressed as hell watching this film the first time. I was like, this is heartbreaking. So I was like, I want to watch the OG trilogy. I was like, oh, it ends in a happy way. And with this edition, because it always confused me, why is Anakin appearing in this at the end of it when this is meant to release in like the 70s and the 80s? And then I learned it's because it's a revitalized special edition, and then that introduced me to the special editions. And that's what's great about Star Wars, is there's so many different versions and interpretations.
That Return of the Jedi has one with Hayden Christensen, right? Not the
yeah. And it's the one I prefer. Like, primarily, look, no shade to the original actor. I'm sure, that's great. But while watching the OG trilogy, you don't really feel a connection to him. No. While watching Return of the Jedi for the first time and seeing young Anakin there with old Ben and Yoda, it hits differently because that's the last time Anakin was a Jedi. He was a good dude. And Force Ghosts can, as far as I'm aware, stand to be corrected. So please let me know down in the comments below if I'm wrong. Force Ghosts can change their age and their appearance depending on what they need, who they're talking to, and whatever. So I think that's a good way of canonizing both versions of the Anakin Ghost. But that was mostly my introduction. I think Phantom Menace was a lot of hype. I played the games. I lived on Battlefront, like the OG one, Jedi Starfighter, and I think Lego Star Wars especially. I think that's also another entry point for people, is they weren't introduced via the movies, it was the games. Which has always been very fascinating. So that's the cliff notes for me. And I never got to see Revenge of the Sith in cinemas just because I was too young. Until this year in 4DX. And then I went to see the sequels in the cinemas. Well, that's a story for another time. But these particular 6 films to me, and I'm sure everyone will agree, they hold a special place in my heart now and always. And I think the thing that I really appreciated and adored was, while watching these two, I've got no context for how Anakin becomes Vader. This hasn't come out yet. There's actually a bonus feature on this original trilogy box set, this one, that gives you a bit of a preview into how Anakin becomes Vader. So it made it even more depressing. But it was like, okay, this is really pretty freaking cool. Like, you're telling me this kid who thought the world of, people and helping his mum, doing the right thing, becomes this evil guy who takes over the universe. It's a crazy story. It's still relevant today. I mean, I've gone on long enough. Sorry, I rambled. I could talk.
No, go ahead. No, it's all good. No worries. I love hearing that story.
I remember, like, I begged and pleaded my mum and granddad to buy me Anakin's Attack of the Clones lightsaber, like the original lightsaber prop that you could.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
A little bit, which I then showed to Hayden at Comic-Con when I met him 7 years ago. I was like, hey, yo, I want to show you, this is crazy for me. It's like a defining childhood toy. Like, that's my Buzz Lightyear.
No, like meeting Hayden Christensen in person, because I met him 2 years ago. Oh my god, it's like that was the most starstruck I've ever been meeting someone.
I don't think I need to meet anyone else now, primarily because I've met Hayden freaking Christensen. I've met Anakin. I've met the pinnacle.
Literally, yeah, exactly.
I'm good. But what about you, Spectre 6? What was your what's
So
your intro?
my intro to
There's
Star
two different
Wars.
generations here because I'm a generation before him, so
Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. So I
more
was
of a
born in
sequel.
I was born in '04. So I wasn't born obviously when the original trilogy came out.
So
And
while I was a kid watching this in '04, you were being born.
yeah, I wasn't. So here's the thing: when Revenge of the Sith came out, I
Crazy.
wasn't one. I didn't even turn one yet. So
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith came out in '05. Like I wasn't even one. So I was still like a baby. So I didn't have like the watching the prequels in theaters and that type of experience or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember I remember as a kid seeing Star Wars, like every like the merchandise, like Clone Wars and stuff like that. And I think I had like a toy like pop-up lightsaber. I don't know where
Mm.
that's been gone for years.
I
I
remember. Did you ever get those little like cereal lightsabers? They had them for
um,
Revenge of the Sith marketing. They had them in the cereals, and they had like these little pinball games. So they were really cool.
nah, we didn't have those. So I knew what Star Wars was, I just didn't watch it like that. Right. It was not until like 2015. I was watching like the Disney Channel or Disney XD, whatever I was watching, and I saw the trailer for The Force Awakens.
Right.
And once I saw that trailer, I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? This is Star Wars? I
Taking your first step into a larger world.
that was like, what is this? I saw the trailer, I saw Finn with the lightsaber, I saw Kylo,
That's very cool.
I saw Rey with BB-8, I saw like that.
Good times.
Seeing that made me like more interested in the franchise. Yeah, wow, more interested in the franchise because I was like, dude, I gotta go see this in theaters. Unfortunately, my family was super busy at the time, and we couldn't
Yeah.
see it in theaters. The Force Awakens.
Oh, that's gutting, and that's the
So
best sequel.
my dad felt super bad.
Yeah.
So we were in Connecticut visiting family one day, and he left for a bit, and he went to the nearest Best Buy, and he got me this. That's a surprise.
Oh, that's good.
He got me this as a surprise, and when I saw this, freaked out. So I was like, oh, once we got home, I popped this sucker back into the DVD player or Blu-ray player and watched this whole movie. And
That's exactly what I did with this.
that was my
Good
introduction.
not wait.
After seeing this, I fell in love with Star Wars. I was like, oh my god, I love these
Well, a great
characters.
entry point as well.
I love these characters. I love these like story. The story is so freaking cool. I
And
love
also, what's crazy as well, like, what was, like, did you have any prior, like, information on any of the characters before you watched that film?
just like Luke, like the Vader, I'm your father scene. That's it.
Wow, so you had no knowledge. Obviously, it's full of new characters anyway, but you had no knowledge of Chewie.
I knew
3PO.
who Chewie was. I knew who Chewie was. I knew who. I've heard these characters. Like I've heard of Han Solo before. I've heard of Luke Skywalker. I've heard of Princess Leia. I heard of Chewbacca, the R2D2 and C3PO. Like I've heard, but like
Crazy, bro.
prequel trilogy stuff. I didn't know who Anakin was. I didn't know who Obi-Wan was. I didn't know
Mhm.
anything. So I knew who
So
Obi-Wan.
you're a sequel kid and you're wearing Anakin on your shirt. There you go. That's my goat.
Yeah. So I remember watching this, and I'm like, dude, this is freaking amazing. I absolutely love
Still
it.
my favorite of the three.
It was so freaking good, and I loved it. I loved it. I watched this so much. You can tell how beat up it is, how much I used it. Like I would go to my grandma's house, and she would have like a DVD player, and I would like pop this in there every time I'm at her house or whatever. And so,
See, I'm a bit of a basic bitch. I just got that one.
yeah. So I remember loving the thing, and my mom saw how much I loved like The Force Awakens and Star Wars. She got me Force Awakens like bed sheets with like Kylo, Finn, and Rey and all that stuff. And then my cousin had this lightsaber, this Kylo Ren lightsaber. And I was like, dude, this is sick. Like, where'd you get this? Like, I want it. Basically, I want this lightsaber.
That's how I felt with Darth Maul's lightsaber.
so like, I'm like 11 at this point, and so he's like, I'm like, where's? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm 11 at this point, and so I'm like, dude, like, where'd you get this lightsaber? I need this lightsaber. Or I was like 11 or 12, one of those things. But like, anyways, he's like, I don't. My cousin's like 7, 8, 9, whatever how old he is. He's like, I think he was 9. I was like, I don't know, dude. I think my grandma got it for me. I was like, oh my god, like I need this lightsaber. And so I was like doing Google searches, like where to find this Kylo Ren lightsaber.
Yeah.
Me and my whole family went on like this family day in New York City. It was me, my mom, my dad, my sister, cousins, aunts, uncles. Like we all did like this family day, right? And we're in Times Square, and I specifically remember this. We went to the Disney store, and the Disney store. This was still Force Awakens marketing, still by the way.
Oh, that honestly, the marketing.
Like the Last Jedi marketing didn't come out yet, so this was still Force Awakens marketing.
Yeah.
This is like the summer of 2015 or 2016, right? Me and my family are in New York City. Yeah, it's summer 2016 because Force Awakens came out late 2015. So this is summer of 2016. Yeah. So we're in the Disney store and I just see this. I go upstairs and I see this massive Star Wars shrine they have. There's different sections. There's one section for Marvel, one section for Pixar, one section for Star Wars.
Still the goat of pop culture.
So I went into the Star Wars section and I found the lightsaber that I have been looking for. And my mom, she saw like my face lighten up.
Yep.
And she bought me it. And so I still have it to this day. This toy Kylo Ren lightsaber.
Yeah, I wish I could bring my Anakin saber like on stream for you to see here, but it's broken, so I need to replace it. But it's that's freaking awesome, dude.
This was so I call this my first
well. With Force Awakens marketing, it's very much similar to Phantom Menace. It was everywhere. The toys were everywhere. The adverts were everywhere. It was just such a good time to be excited.
Dude, I was Kylo Ren for Halloween. Like I think that year too. Like that's how much I loved. Or a year later, I was Kylo Ren for Halloween. That's how much I loved The Force Awakens, and how much I loved like Star Wars in general.
Did you like when you watched The Force Awakens? Did you watch like Rebels after? Did you watch other movies? Did you go straight to Last Jedi? Like what was the?
I think I went straight into Last Jedi after Force Awakens. It took me a while. I think I watched a little bit of. I think I watched season 1 of Rebels. Right. I remember because I'm a very like in order person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So every time they showed Rebels on TV, it was out of order. It was like they'll show like season 2, one episode, and the next.
Yeah, they did that a lot.
So I was like, I didn't want to watch it. So we had this thing called On Demand. I don't know if you had it in the UK, but we had this thing called On Demand. We had this thing called On Demand, and they had all of season 1 for free to watch Rebels. So that's when I watched all the Rebels, and that's when I loved like Ezra and Kanan and Chopper, Hera, and Zeb. And then I watched, and this is I don't know why. At the time, they didn't really play a lot of the Star Wars movies on TV. You had to buy it, and I didn't like to ask people to buy me stuff unless it's like my birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, I'm the same.
So I'm like, I don't like asking for people stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever they show it on TV for free, I'll watch it. And they rarely showed at the time Star Wars movies on cable, and if they did, I would catch the end of it. I wouldn't catch the beginning or anything. So like so I saw The Last Jedi and I thought it was okay. I kind of liked it at the time, but I mean I still kind of do. But so when I saw when Disney Plus came out, that's when it like really was a game changer, because
that's insane though. Just on a quick like side note, like you've watched Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and a season of Rebels. You've watched no prequels, no original trilogy, no Clone Wars. Like it's crazy how you're that big of a fan, but only on what you've like those small things that you've seen. And I think it's a good reminder that like we get so predicated on gatekeeping, and you need to watch everything, and you need to know everything to be some kind of fan, but the true definition of a fan is, does this bring you joy? Do you enjoy this thing? And you only have 3 things there, and you were a freaking super fan. So I can only imagine the feeling of going on Disney Plus and going, oh my God, there's 9 movies, there's spin-offs, there's old. Have you watched the 2003 Clone Wars as well?
No, not yet. I think I watched like
it's basically anime with Star Wars. That's all.
I've seen clips here and there, and it looks freaking sick.
But you were saying about Disney Plus and finding that.
Yeah, so I remember it was like a few weeks before Disney Plus came out. Then they showed A New Hope on TV. And again, I was always debating how should I watch these Star Wars movies. Should I watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3? I didn't like that was like the biggest debate for me for myself for a few years. I watched 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. How I watched.
Do it in order of release, as Lucas intended.
That's what I did. So I watched 4. I saw the end of 4, but I was so mad because they weren't showing it again. And I saw when they were in the trash compactor scene. That's the scene that I caught. I'm like, fuck.
So wait, did you watch it from the beginning or just the?
I didn't watch it. I just saw that scene. I'm like, I can't watch it now. I want to watch it from the beginning. So when Disney Plus came out, I saw 4, 5, and 6.
And what were your like? What was that feeling? What were your thoughts? What was like? This is great for me. It's just I don't get this much enjoyment from Star Wars at the moment. So like seeing your journey,
when I saw 4, 5, and 6 for the first time, dude, I was like enamored. Especially when I saw 5. Oh my god, when I saw 5,
one of the best films ever made.
I was so enamored. I was like, dude, I love Luke. I love Leia, Han, Chewie, and this is right before the Rise of Skywalker came out. Like months before the Rise of Skywalker came out, and I remember being hyped for that one too. I maybe I'll show in the next episode, but I have something from Rise of Skywalker too. But I saw 4, 5, 6,
and that's crazy. Did you watch 1, 2, and 3 before Rise of Skywalker?
After.
Oh, that's crazy. So the Palpatine reveal in the trailer, you've only got episode 6 to go off of. And
so I was still like, what the? I was still like, what the fuck? When I saw the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Wow, that's crazy. Because with added prequel like context, it's like, oh wow, like the implications of like all that stuff. But do carry on. This is crazy. So you watched 4, 5, and 6.
5, 6, and then 9. So I had barely any prequel stuff in my head, right? And and at the time I heard shitty stuff about the prequels. At the time, so I was like, okay, whatever. But then I was like, you know, whatever. I'm gonna watch 1, 2, and 3. And so after Rise, I watched 1, 2, and 3. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are people hating on this? This is amazing.
Listen, I've said it from day one, right? These movies have their issues. They have their problems. The dialogue's clunky. The romance is a bit weird. You know, some of the alien CGI is a bit much. Like, we know the problems that reside in these films. But the reason why they've garnered appreciation is because as, like, a story, it's one of the best stories ever told. Like, I don't think it's overrated. I think it's perfectly rated. And I think the resurgence, like, just for me as a prequel kid, I remember, like, I never knew the fandom hated the prequels. I never knew until I got online and The Force Awakens came out. And look, I love The Force Awakens. I love the movie. I love the marketing. I love the hype. There was this massive energy around it of fuck the prequels. We're going to distance ourselves from that. We don't want anything the hell to do with it. And then you look at like the concept art and there was like a half Sith, half Jedi Anakin and stuff like that. But they were loathed and despised by the original trilogy fanboys. Then the minute the sequels started going to pop, everyone was like, the prequels aren't actually that bad. I mean, like, yeah, the problems still remain. But when you look at them as a story, you go, you know what? They've got it going. And it was just refreshing to me because there was a part of me that was ashamed to be a prequel kid. Like, I felt like I was like, well, I like these movies. What am I missing here? Like, especially because they meant so much to me as a kid. You know, it was like, well, what do you mean people hate them? And now, obviously, things are different. It's very much, I think that you look at the 3 eras, the prequel trilogy is keeping the brand on life support. Like, every single game, every single project is to do with the prequels, whether it's Darth Plagueis appearing in Acolyte, whether it's to do with, you know, Jedi Fallen Order, whether it's to do with, you know, The Force Unleashed before Lucas film destroyed all the gaming company. Whatever it happens to be, the prequel trilogy is the most expansive, the most creative. It's got the most storylines, and there's a reason why it's keeping the brand on literal life support after all this time. So it was very good to see that resurgence come in. And I think the sequels will get that, just not to the same degree, if you know what I mean.
Ben Solo and it will, trust. Release the hunt for Ben Solo.
That is a good thing, because the thing is, the difference between the prequels and the sequels, the reason why the sequels are not going to have the same effect is the prequels had a story in place. The sequels don't. They just have one movie going to the next and different storylines, different directors, different visions. So what they need to do is do a Episode 10 Hunt for Ben Solo movie, and what they need to do, don't let the fandom, give it 10 years and let, obviously, like, you're a sequel kid to grow up and have a voice and voice their opinion. Just move forward. Do the Marvel formula. Accept those movies did happen and just move forward. And that's it. And that's it. It's a different strategy. I don't think a Clone Wars series is going to have the same effect for the sequels like it did for the prequels, because all the Clone Wars did was enhance on what was already there. It just expanded on it. It gave the fandom some more moments to glom onto.
Clone Wars made people love Anakin.
Yeah, but that stuff was already in the prequels anyway. So with the sequels, you need to accept what has happened and move forward, which is again another discussion. But it's just crazy to me that, like, in talking to you, like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rebels, like you watched it in a very strange order, and you watched it in an order that was for you. So it's that journey of no two journeys are the same.
It was whatever Disney released after Lucasfilm, whatever Disney had, that's what I watched.
Yeah. Because like the sequels wanted to like pretty much that the energy was that we were going to ignore the prequels, we were going to get rid of them, we were going to just completely have nothing the hell to do with any of them. And literally, when Rise of Skywalker was coming out, there was a lot of prequel talk, and I'm like, wow, funny that plot twist. It's like it's like all Star Wars. So
dude, especially when quarantine happened, dude, I watched Revenge of the Sith religiously. That's my favorite. For those who don't know, that's my favorite Star Wars movie. So watching I
think you and me can both agree that our favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith.
100%.
The best is
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
we're in sync. Yeah.
Empire's.
Yeah, I agree. That's what
Empire.
Yeah, my favorite is Revenge of the Sith because, again, Anakin's my favorite character and everything.
Yes, sir.
But yes, all right. But Empire, that's a film.
That's a film. That's the, like, when you look at the brand overall, if you were to pick one film to stack up against the like actual films, if you know what I mean, and I know people get all arsey about that, but you know what I mean, like films. Empire Strikes Back by a mile. That movie set the precedent for the "I am your father" line that everyone gets completely wrong. Where he's like, he doesn't even say, "Luke, I am your father." He goes, "No, I am your father." Like way to out yourself as a normie within 5 seconds. And then they're like, "Why is Jango Fett taking Han Solo?" And I'm like, and hot take, but Jango Fett is way cooler than Boba. Sorry. But the hot take, Boba just stands there looking cool with an intimidating voice, and he gets killed by a blind man. Jango Fett takes on the second best Jedi in the order, for Christ's sake. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, no respect. And then they had a chance to fix it. They did it in Mando briefly, and then in his own show, I don't know what that was.
Boba and Mando is so, oh my! I remember watching that for the first time. I was going crazy.
Boba and Mando was so good. I don't know what happened in his own show, but it's like they got his nuts and they clipped them off, and anyway. But I feel like it's great because once Rise of Skywalker came out, like, what did you go to, like, the prequels? Did you watch Clone Wars? Like, what was
the prequels first after Rise? After Rise, I went to prequels. So I watched one. I remember I watched episode 1 on one day. So I watched Phantom Menace one day. And then the next day, it was like a rainy day too. I watched Attack of the Clones.
How was it getting introduced to those scores, those soundtracks?
I can't say what
just saying.
I can't say what I want to say, but like, you know what I mean.
I mean, prequels do have the best scores. They do. Like, the prequels.
It was like a brick, if you know what I mean. So, that's when I heard the scores. And then, yeah, basically. Anyways, so that's that's what happened. And then I remember watching Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith on the same day. Day. Dude, I fell in love. I love Attack of the Clones too. But for my personal list, that's my
guilty pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. What's your favorite?
It's my second favorite.
Wow.
I love Attack of the Clones. Bro.
Listen, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know the romance is a bit iffy. I know the dialogue is whatever, but I'm sorry. You've got 100 Jedi in an arena running at the other. Like, I'm here for it. I'm sorry. And The stuff
Yeah,
with Anakin and his mum, I love that. That
I
was
don't
chef's
mind the
kiss.
romance either, to be honest. I like the Anakin and Padme shit. I don't mind it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is though, this is what I say with the Star Wars fandom. Everyone thinks they're Han Solo chatting up women. No, you're Anakin.
Anakin.
You're
We're
awkward. You're all over the place. You got about as much riz as a freaking squirrel. Like you just there's a lot going on. Like there's a lot happening there. Like I thought it was quite cute. The thing is, when you instill a bit of context, and obviously this is before the Clone Wars, Anakin has never. He is taught to not like keep it in, repress his emotions. So when he's talking to a girl, of course he's awkward and doesn't know what the hell to do. He's been monk mode for like 10 years. You know,
Anakin's what, 19 in Attack of the Clones? That's the first girl he's seen in 10 years.
oh, he's also put the smackdown on Clovis in Clone Wars. Did you get around to watching Clone Wars? Like, what was that? Did you watch through like?
Oh, you watching Clones for the first time? I watched that during quarantine. That
did you
was
binge the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you binge it in time before season 7 dropped, or?
I watched it after. I couldn't binge it in time.
Did you like? What was it like for you? Like, did you think like while watching it? Well, hang on, Ahsoka's not in the movies. Rex is not in the movies. Like, what's?
So
what's
I watched the Clone Wars movie first because that came out first. So I watched that,
yeah.
And
Good.
I thought it was cool. I liked it. It was fine. I thought it was cool. I liked it. And then
it's all right. It's basically 3 episodes stitched into a film.
Yeah, literally. So I was like, this is cool. I like it. And I watched a few episodes. I watched season 1 of Clone Wars. I thought it was cool. I liked it. There was some filler here and there, but it was cool.
Yeah, season 1 is quite foundation building.
It was like okay, this was made for kids. I can definitely see it. But once I got to season 3, that's with the Mortis arc. I'm like, okay,
that's widely regarded as the best one. That and Umbara. And the Domino Squad. Them 3 arcs, the best ones.
Once we get
Mandalore. Them 4.
Oh, Mandalore. So once we oh my god. Well, once we got to Mortis, I was like, yo, what?
To see that now recognized in Ahsoka and stuff. Like, bro, obviously I don't want to tangent too much, but if they make Sam Witwer the son like the other one, so you've got Anakin in the middle, Ahsoka as the daughter and Sam Witwer as the son. I'm sorry. No, that right there.
We can go back to Ahsoka later on if you want, because I have so much stuff to talk about.
I kind of like it. I think it's okay.
Ahsoka. Like, so here's my thing. Here's a hot take.
Rebels, you'd probably appreciate it more.
Here's my hot take, actually.
It's just live action Rebels. That's all it is.
That's why I like it. So, because Rebels is my favorite Star Wars show.
So yeah, but Clone Wars is mine. So that's the it's
yeah.
I think it depends on what you're looking for. Like Clone Wars is very much my gung ho military, bros shooting stuff up. But I think the Rebels show is a very intimate family. It's a family dynamic. And when certain things like Kanan, it hurts. But Callus, right? That's how you do a redemption arc. That's how you do it, and that's what I want for Ben. That's what I want for Ben Solo. Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Sick of people killing off redemption characters. Bad enough.
So underrated. So underrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like my introduction to Star Wars. It was like whatever Disney released, basically. It was
That's crazy. And the thing is, we're 2025. That's 10 years ago now. So you've been a Star Wars fan for 10 years. And you're just as much a super fan as me, and I've been a fan for 25, 26 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing when I was 2 years old, but yeah.
I've been a Star Wars fan for 10 years, basically, since I was 11.
But it's crazy because like your journey of watching stuff is not it's nowhere near mine. Like we both had 2 completely different journeys for how we got introed into it. And that's what I love is Star Wars is one of those brands that it's so generational. Every introduction to it is so vastly different. Like you can look at Harry Potter and Fast and Furious and Pirates of the Caribbean and
even Marvel
and Transformers, and I'm just reading names out of DVDs on my shelf. You can do that, but I think Star Wars is very unique. I don't think there's any other brand quite like it, purely because of that, the breadth of content, and then when you delve into the deeper stuff, again, pause. You look at stuff like The Force Unleashed, which amazing games, but they're not canon. You look into freaking all the Legends material, again, not canon, but it's so sick, and that's a prelude for the thing that I want most to happen in the future. And when I started getting into Legends material that wasn't canon, I was like, these Sith Lords, oh my, they are so fucking cool. I want to see these guys. And that's where Disney have been dropping the mark a little bit recently. So I hope you're patting up. But other than that, crazy journeys. I also really appreciate the fact that even though our journeys are different, our main goal is
Anakin Skywalker.
sorry. He's just that dude. I'm sorry, like this man, and it's because of Hayden. Hayden's the best swordsman in the whole. Like,
dude, watching the behind the scenes with him and Nick Gillard, like doing the choreography.
Bro, have you ever played the Revenge of the Sith game on PlayStation 2? Probably not, but
no,
I really hope they release a remastered version because I'll gladly buy you. I'll send you money to buy it. But Anakin's choreography in that game was done by Hayden.
I know. I've seen it. I've seen the videos.
I honestly, and then Ewan McGregor as well, up and coming actor like him, and his performance with his sword fighting.
Obi-Wan was crazy.
Them two had so much chemistry together. It's ungodly. Obviously the Kenobi show, 50-50 with how they handled it, but it was good to see them.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember,
we might see them in Ahsoka.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, Hayden's confirmed. Oh, you and that. But no. But just imagine being 19 years old, like Hayden Christensen was, and being Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure because everyone's expecting, like by that point, everyone has an idea of who Vader is in their head, and here comes this whiny little teenager, Vader in the OT is like composed. He's whatever. He's I mean, when I say composed, I'm just speaking on behalf of those people. To me, Vader at the end of the first film, because Star Wars was initially just going to be one film, because George didn't know if he was going to continue. It was just going to be some pathetic character at the end of the film that no one really cared about. Obviously, Empire elevated Vader with the Imperial March and just himself and his aura. Return of the Jedi, it showed that characters can redeem themselves. Vader is the absolute anecdote for redemption. Like, honestly, and the thing is, I don't mind Vader dying. I don't mind it because he's done so much bad stuff that he just needs to be at peace by that point. When you instill the context of the prequels and his journey in the OT, I don't mind that he dies. The problem is someone like Ben Solo was like Anakin's age. Why are you killing anyway? Unrelated, but yeah, it's crazy. And obviously, if you're watching this now after or whatever, please comment your journeys down below because no two journeys are the same.
I would, because like I'm just saying, like my journey for Star Wars and yours is like it's so different.
I mean, hell, like on the new stuff, like I know Bad Batch is full of filler, but Crosshair is
really good.
I didn't think anyone could dethrone Rex as my favorite clone, but Crosshair is close, very close.
Dude, it's just this. It's crazy how this like franchise is to be honest. Just like
I mean, and also I tell you what, you people watching today, you're spoiled. Look at this. Look at all I had. 6 films and PlayStation 2 games. You've got these. You've got remasters coming out the wazoo for like Dreamcast. Jedi Power Battles. I was playing that the other day. Dude, I remember playing that game with my mum and granddad while it was on the Dreamcast, and I was like 3 years old. Like Plo Koon's got a yellow, freaking Mace Windu's got a blue lightsaber, because at the time, like obviously it wasn't, no one knew about all that kind of stuff, and obviously they canonized it in Attack of the Clones with Windu's purple saber and Plo Koon had a blue one. But
Jackson said, "Oh, can I get a purple saber?
Give me a purple." He basically just wrote the canon for himself. Fair enough.
So
no, seeing that purple saber, I said, "Yo, I need that saber in my life." And there was you get to play as Windu on Geonosis in the Clone Wars game, and then obviously there was another Clone Wars game that was released like 8 years later for a tie-in to the actual TV show. Yeah. So loads of that kind of stuff. And the Clone Wars 2003 show, that was actually Ventress's first introduction.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then they canonized her in the 2008 version.
There's just one scene in the 2003. I think it was Mace Windu where he just jumps out of a freaking ship and he starts going ham.
The guy behind it, I think Gennady Tartovsky, I think his name is. He did Samurai Jack, a Cartoon Network around that time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever watched that, but it's a similar animation. It's just Star Wars with anime. And then another game I want to shout out is Republic Commando. That because I didn't really play Old Republic or KOTOR much because I didn't really enjoy turn-based games. I didn't have the attention span or the patience. But Republic Commando is Halo in Star Wars. I freaking love that game. You've got a squad of 4 clones, this elite unit, who are on the Battle of Geonosis, and you're fighting Geonosians that are OP as shit. Like they're powerful. So I wouldn't mind a Republic Commando 2. Take the hint. Imperial Commando.
Speaking of stuff you wouldn't mind,
because they put frickin' Scorch in Bad Batch. Frickin' it was from Republic Commando.
Speaking of stuff you wouldn't mind.
What you want to duel?
I mean, we can if we want. We can in the next meetup. But so I think
Florian count.
We can like switch over to like the next topic because you say stuff you wouldn't mind. What is your dream Star Wars project that you would love to have for Lucas and Disney to make? Because with all the stuff with the hunt for Ben Solo stuff, I've never seen this fandom unanimously agree on a project.
Well, the one thing I want most isn't that, but on that subject, you're absolutely right. I have never seen this many fans of so many different things, whether you're a fan of the games, you're a prequel kid, you're an OT fanboy, you're a sequel kid, you're a whatever. Everyone unanimously agrees this movie should happen. I don't understand. Literally, while watching Rise of Skywalker, right, that scene pissed me off. It really, I hated it so much. I was like, you've introduced a dyad in the Force, which is cool, even though they stole it from Legends. It's just Revan and Bastila. I don't know if you know much about those guys, but they basically just stole it from them. But either way, still cool. Even though you decanonize stuff, Disney, and then you take from it, i.e. Starkiller base, Starkiller, Force Unleashed. Yeah, okay. Still salty. But I would love to see this film because of who's attached. It's a more intricate, intimate story. And I think it's the antithesis, and if that's the correct wording, of what Star Wars is about redemption. And Ben Solo as a character, I would like to see atone for his sins. Like, here's the thing: this whole notion of like, oh, but Ben can't die, the galaxy won't accept it. You won't accept it. I don't give a fuck what the galaxy has to say about him. I give a cahoots what he's going to do about it. The point of Star Wars is you can mess up, you can make mistakes, but no one is beyond redemption. I.e. Callus in Rebels, i.e. Crosshair in Bad Batch. Like those guys.
Skywalker.
Exactly.
One example.
No one is beyond redemption, and I think you've got an actor like Adam Driver, who is one of the best talents of this generation. I think the sequels need redeeming, but you can't do it the way of the prequels. You can't wait for the sequel kids to grow up and defend them, because the biggest difference is prequel fans like me. The reason we were so vocal about it is because we're tired of these overweight nerds hanging outside cinemas saying George Lucas our childhoods over just a fictional movie.
Yeah, that bit pissed me off.
And you drove him out of the brand that we freaking love. Like, I no, we're not having that crap. And you want to jump on the bandwagon now that Hayden's back and Ewan's back. Like, the benchmark is just because it doesn't have an X-wing in it, it doesn't mean it means it's not good because there's no X-wing in there, aka nostalgia from your childhood. Huh? See the irony? But for me, I feel like with the sequels, the approach should be accepting what has happened. Don't spend time trying to retcon it or save it because it doesn't have the story the prequels did. It's a different situation. What you need to do is just move forward. You bring back Adam. You bring back Daisy. You bring back John. You bring back Oscar Isaac. You do all of that.
They all want to come back. That's the thing. I think they all want to come back.
I think, if the story is, I think this could be the key. I think you could have Finn and Poe in it in minor roles. You have Daisy in the film. Like, anyone that doesn't want her in the film, it makes no sense. She's one half of the dyad. She should be in the film. But obviously, Ben Solo is the key component of said film. So you have, because there was obviously that rumor about there being a Rey movie. It's now being canned. I think.
It's being canned?
Apparently. But, I mean, it might have changed, but I'm wondering if they're combining the two.
Ooh, Ooh.
Think about it. Like, if you're doing a hunt for Ben Solo, who's going to hunt for it?
Rey. Yeah. Ooh.
So you combine the two of them. And the thing is, studios do this all the time. Lucasfilm need a big break right now. They need something. So they do this all the time where they leak out information to a third party about this Ben Solo script that came out of nowhere to see what fan reaction is. When fans are flying a freaking banner over where I forgot the location,
It was
the
Disney's
Ben
lot.
Solo film.
Yeah.
When they're flying that over, you please believe this is a business. The executives in that freaking studio are looking at that, going, you know what? I'll have some of that. So they're probably thinking, okay, Adam, here's your money. Daisy, here's some money. Oscar and John, here's some money. Here's some better character treatments for you. And here we are. I guarantee you they'll bring it back sooner than later. Because the thing is, the difference between the prequels and sequels is the prequels was the end. That was it. Like, there was never... spoke to my caravan. That was it. There was never meant to be an episode 7. Like, I know George Lucas had a 7, 8, and 9 in mind, but it was never confirmed, or it was only hypothesis and hearsay because of how the fandom treated it. By and large, number 6 was the end. 1 through 6. That was it. There was no more. Clone Wars was just done to round things out. There was an underworld show that was meant to happen, but they didn't do it, and then Mandalorian took place.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that was it. The franchise is now so expansive. I'm blessed as a prequel fan. Regardless of what Kenobi was, I got to see Anakin and Obi-Wan again. We've got Ahsoka, so you've got Rebels representation. You've got Anakin in there. You've got Obi-Wan, who's probably going to appear. The notion of Padme's return is being mentioned. You've got all this great stuff going on. I think I would like to see an episode 10. I think you'll see it sooner rather than later. I think it's a different circumstance.
That would really bring Star Wars back, I think.
I think that's what the brand needs. We haven't had a Star Wars movie I'm not counting Mandalorian and Grogu. We need a Star Wars movie, like a proper one. You know, Mandalorian and Grogu is just Mando season 4 on screen. Like, it's great, and I'm hyped, but it's not what I'm looking for. And I think majority of the fandom, if you go, okay, we fucked up, but we've got Adam Driver back, we've got John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, we're going in a new direction. All you need to do a time skip, have Finn be a Jedi, have Poe be a command, like a higher level than he was before, like how Princess Leia was in the originals. Rey is now a refined Skywalker. So you really use this trilogy to enhance the third faction, which is Ben and Rey leading it. Finn is the first student in it. Ben's way of saying sorry for nearly killing Nikita. And hey, I'm with your friend now. Like, this is going to be awkward. Don't need no Steve, Nancy, Jonathan type of thing. And then you got, Oscar Isaac, who can flex his acting chops a bit. And then you may bring the notion of the Jedi and Sith back into the fold. And then you have 3 factions at once. It's a great way to get casual audiences back. The problem with us two, we're going to be there regardless.
Yeah,
we need to get the casuals back. This movie is the key.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna get casuals for the Mando and Grogu movie, though, because
you will. You'll get casuals with everything, but I think more so you'll.
No, but like you'll really bring. I think
the
Hunt for Ben Solo will bring the franchise back to its peak.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that they will want to. People will want to be involved in it because it's an event. So to me, I feel like that would be a great way to bring the fandom back on board. And dude, I would be so here for it. Like, I have my issues with the sequels, I have my gripes, but by and large, I'm willing to give them a chance if they get the right vision behind it, the right team, they outline something, and even if they don't dub this episode 10, if they just like a Ben Solo film, this could be an interlude before a new trilogy.
He had everything there. That's the thing. Everything was right.
I'm sorry, in the world of streaming and all these shows and these movies, you would be stupid to not take up this chance.
You had everything right there. You had the team, you had the actors, you had the budget, you had the script, you had everything right there.
And we're still deprived of Hayden and Adam Driver sharing the screen. I want that.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Because I was frustrated. I was like, episode 9, so you brought Palpatine back. Where's Anakin? Like, this is his whole legacy here. So the Han, like, my favorite scene in that film, and I'm sure you'll know, is the one between Han and Ben. I freaking love that scene. Absolutely beautiful. What I would have liked after that was like Anakin to talk to him and be like, hey, you know, you can go do your thing, you know? It was the only thing that was missing was Anakin and Ben having a conversation.
Yo, if that movie has like a moment where Ben and Anakin like talk,
I mean, I would go a step further. I know that Carrie Fisher is no longer with us. I know that Harrison Ford's not really interested in coming back, but I'd go a step further. I would have, because we know that they don't give a shit about canon anymore when it comes to Force Ghosts. They keep changing the rules. Like originally, the original intention was that Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Anakin were the only ones who could do it. Qui-Gon taught them. Now, Qui-Gon's appearing at the end of freaking Kenobi. The Force Ghosts are appearing wherever. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So, I would like a scene between Mark Hamill, Hayden, and Adam. I want the three of them in a scene together, past, present, future.
Oh,
like the three ghosts of Star Wars past. Like, I mean, come on.
Why
like,
is this freaking turning off?
I mean, I don't know past, present, future in terms of which characters what, but it's like I would be so down for that. And the fact that I think convincing Hayden is not going to take a lot. I think the reason Hayden disappeared is because the fandom backlash was so bad on him.
Fandom, yeah.
He didn't think he was appreciated. Now he's in everything. Wow. He's in Star Wars commercials, and bro, they're utilizing him more than sequel trilogy actors.
Yeah, they do. Hayden's in everything now.
He's in everything, and it's like,
keep it going. I don't mind. Keep it going. I love me some Hayden Christensen.
You keep it going, but I want to go a step further. If you cook with a scene with Mark Hamill, Hayden, and Adam, I'm telling you, that would be one of the best scenes in Star Wars history.
Oh, for sure. Oh my!
Because we haven't even seen Mark and Hayden on screen together.
No, we haven't.
Like together, like not in.
That's a great point.
And now that with Ahsoka, you've got Luke and Ahsoka interacting together. There is no better time than to do it like Ahsoka. You can have Luke and Anakin talking to each other a little bit. But I think for a Ben Solo film, what better way to have the ghosts of his past with Luke going, "Look, I'm sorry," blah 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 blah. Because here's the thing: The Last Jedi painted Ben Solo as like basically what Anakin did. Little do people know, the comic, it was actually Palpatine. It wasn't Ben. It's just everyone thought it was Ben, so he went on the defense and started killing people. Like, they're completely misinformed with where the canon was, because they needed to make Ben's redemption a bit more earned in Episode 9. And then you have conversations with Anakin. I think that scene freaking slapped. I'd be here to see it. And what are they using right now? The World Between Worlds? Who's in it?
Anakin. Dude, that would break the internet.
And I think, on that, you create a new order. You have Rey be at the helm, as she should, even though, look, I know people have their issues, but she was the protagonist of the sequels. It is what it is. You have her be at the helm with Ben Solo. Finn is the first student. Ahsoka is on the council because she's old. She's
older. Yeah, she's older now.
She's like a wise sage. She's like the Yoda role. Then you have Cal Kestis. If the Jedi Survivor games don't kill him off, he'll be old as hell, but he would be good for that. You have Jason Syndulla. You have frickin' Grogu, because obviously, so this way, right? You're trying to please everyone, but you're still telling a good story. You've got Rebels representation, you've got prequel representation, OT, sequel trilogy, you've got everything, and that's the new order. Imagine an ending shot with Rey, Ben Solo, Jason Syndulla, Finn, Cal Kestis, Ahsoka, Sabine, Grogu. Like, imagine that new Jedi Order after everything they've been through in every media we've seen them, and Ezra too. Like,
that would be tough. I'm so happy. That would be tough.
I think that Jedi Order or Skywalker Order would be the most ultimate thing you ever see. I think it would. I think personally, it would be better than the OG Jedi Order. There you go. It's the Chosen One takeover. We're here.
Yo, I hate this laptop. I actually hate this
laptop. I think it would be better than the OG Jedi Order. As much as I love them for nostalgia, like, you've only got Mace Windu, Yoda, and people who look cool. Like, whereas with this order, it's full of characters we give a shit about. Like, every single one we care about.
No,
I think I cooked. I think I cooked low key.
That's a billion. No, that's $1 billion movie you just put right there. That's $1 billion movie.
Take a couple of years, confirm that it's happening, and then work on it and put those characters in there. Because here's the other thing: look at the actors that you just put in it: Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, the guy who's playing Ezra. I can't pronounce his name.
Dawson.
You got Cameron Monaghan. Is that his name?
Yeah,
like all these great people. Like, it's honestly, I think that should be the direction they go in, purely because Star Wars is about beginning, middle, and end, right?
Yeah.
What better way to cap off 40 years, 40 years of lore with one singular Jedi Order that has a character from every piece of Star Wars representation, like every brand of Star Wars, every time.
That's a great.
Then you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who doesn't like that.
No, that would be amazing. Just having Rey.
So that's what I want.
Rey, Ben, Ezra, Ahsoka,
Finn?
Jason, Grogu. Bro, you cooked. That's $1 billion right there. I think. And
Lucasfilm, if you listen to this, I'm telling you, that's the way to go. I'm telling you.
And everybody will be happy.
Freaking do a Marvel. Just throw all the characters in there. People will show up. Like, come on.
Everyone will love it.
And then, even though you don't have Anakin and Luke on the council because they're dead, but they could talk to Ben, who could, talk to Rey. Like, there's stuff you could do with it,
bro. Like, imagine if there's a scene with Adam.
I'm sorry, because I think because we're in such the, like, if it was 20 years ago and we just had this, I would have said this is never happening. I never in a million years thought I'd see Obi-Wan and Anakin on my screen again together. Yes, Kenobi is 50-50, but I think there's nothing off the table now. And with the way Lucasfilm is with stuff, I think they're listening. And I think just down the hall, you've got Marvel doing all this shit with Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like, give the people what they want. I'm telling you, that idea I just put out there, I'm here for it. Like, obviously you need it to feel earned. You need it to feel organic. But for me, I think you'd be hard pressed to find anyone against it because you're uniting 40 years of the fandom.
I'm just thinking,
40 years.
I'm just thinking.
And the sequel trilogy cast are still leading it, as they should, because the storyline warranted them to. But you've still got characters in there that I connect to, the OT fanboys connect to. Like, I'm sorry, I think that's the way to go for me personally.
That's so much better than my dream project idea, but oh my god,
No, let me hear yours as well.
So mine's
just a fanboy dream. Like, yours is probably more realistic.
No, mine's a fanboy dream too. But so obviously, I will say there's a big missed opportunity. Okay, unrecord. Okay.
And we're back. We're back.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, my dream
because there are two of you, you have the advantage.
Yeah, my dream Star Wars project, I would say, like you said before, we can't. Carrie's like not with us anymore, so we can't really.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'll say this: a missed opportunity in the sequel trilogy was not having Luke, Han, and Leia together. So what I would want to have is a Clone Wars animated style, post Return of the Jedi, Luke, Han, and Leia show. We see Luke training with his Jedi Order, Han and Leia doing their things, having fun. Luke training.
I don't care to see that for the sequels. I really look for the OT. Yes, please.
For the Luke training little Ben, seeing little Ben being born, Luke training him, having like little
Dude, you can build up to the Jedi Academy stuff, like all of it.
A Clone Wars animated style, Luke, Han, and Leia show.
That's what I would get a few seasons out of that.
Yeah, that's what I would want.
Now Bad Batch is done. I mean, shit. Like, give the animators a job. Like, come. I agree with you.
I think Star Wars animation's like really carrying Star Wars right now. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a moment where Bad Batch was competing with Mando for viewers at one point.
No, I remember season 3 Mando and season 2 of Bad Batch are like going back and forth.
That Crosshair episode, man. But do carry on.
But yeah, that's probably like my dream Star Wars project, I would say.
Nah, because dude, I'd be all over that. I think it's
I'll also say this. Make this between episodes 1 and 2. Anakin and Obi-Wan adventure show with Obi-Wan training Anakin.
Oh!
And we see the live.
They could do it like Tales of the Jedi. Like, they could do like a short, like one-off limited series.
I'm fine with that.
One-off limited animated
Yeah,
series.
let that be live action. DH, Ewan, and Hayden.
You could delve into all the stuff that Anakin faced at the temple, like because he was dubbed the Chosen One. People used to, harass him and bully him. People used to outcast him. Like they treated him like an outcast. Like they were awful to him in that temple. They were really freaking nasty. So it gives you just so many more layers of why Anakin is the way he is. Also, Anakin's from the streets. This man was punching Greedo in the freaking face while he was a child. Have you seen that deleted scene from Phantom Menace?
From Fenton, no.
Dude, you gotta see it. Anakin as a kid in Phantom Menace is beating up this alien dude, right? Because he said he cheated. That's Greedo. The same guy that Han,
actually.
the same guy that Han shoots
Shots.
New Hope. Anakin punching him up.
That's so funny.
Like you got to see the deleted scenes. There's so many good deleted scenes.
I saw the deleted scenes for Attack of the Clones. I saw all of those in Revenge.
Oh, those are hilarious.
Yeah,
those are great.
Yeah.
That one in Phantom Menace was like Qui-Gon. He says to him, "It's like, did you cheat?" And Anakin's like, "No." Well, then you just have to tolerate his opinion. Fighting about it won't change anything.
Yeah.
Most underrated Jedi. But
that's all I got. If you have anything else.
No, that's a really solid show. I think you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who's against that. I would be freaking down for that. Yeah. I think an animated show for the sequels isn't needed. I think what we need with the sequels is getting the actors live action and pushing on. The OT animated show. Let's go.
If you include, the only way to include the sequels is including Little Ben.
Because we have to be fair. Like as a prequel fanboy, I'm getting not necessarily what I want because the shows have been very hit or miss. Andor is freaking amazing. Boba Fett and Kenobi, kind of mid, bar a few moments. But I'm getting what I want in the sense of these characters are back, the storylines are going again. Ahsoka is I'm really looking forward.
I love Ahsoka. I can't wait for season 2. We can talk about that next week.
Oh yeah, that's next week, people. Next week. Ahsoka is definitely high on my list, but we've got to be fair. I think anyone is lying to themselves if they don't think that idea of a Ben Solo film with those characters doesn't work. I think it does. I think that's why the sequels have such a big problem, because the original trilogy was more of a product of its time, so you could forgive it for certain things. The prequels, okay, they've got clunky dialogue, but the story is there. The sequels have none of those. The sequels have amazing visuals, great soundtrack, great actors, shit story. And it's like, you've done the one thing the brand has not done yet. No story. Like, it's just one movie to them. Like, if you watch the sequel trilogy in 3 separate films, you got 3 good films there. Together, they don't work.
Exactly. Yeah, 3 good films individually.
Together, they don't work as a trilogy. And I think that's the issue. The original trilogy doesn't have that problem. The prequel trilogy doesn't have that problem. The sequels have that issue. So what you need to do is go forward. So then that way, those 3 films, okay, they happened, it's an L. But when you look at Marvel, they had this as well with some of their movies. Like even in phase 1, things happen. So onward and forward. And then you can introduce new characters. You can pursue other storylines. You can bring Kira and stuff back from Solo and all that stuff to do with Maul. Like, obviously, we're not going to get a Darth Maul live action anytime soon because
Solo, we're going to know clear.
But we're getting a show, an animated show, so that's good.
Fire.
So I would be very much down for that. Like, what would you as the viewers want? Comment down below. Because the other thing as well I want to address, I don't think Star Wars is going to get back to the form that it used to be. And what I mean is that Star Wars isn't as big or as culturally impactful as it used to be because the damage of the brand, like the damage has already been done. But this whole notion of we need to save the brand, doesn't need saving. It's already dead. Like what you can do now is just in the set. It's already what is it's already dead. What you can
that though.
In hyperbole speak, it's already dead. Like in terms of how these reactionaries talk about it. So what you need to do is just push on and move forward. That's it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, before even The Force Awakens came out, Star Wars was dead.
Yeah.
There was a time between when they released the episodes 1 to 6 on Blu-ray in 2011, I think it was. And between 2011 and 2015, there was nothing for Star Wars. It was dead, pitch black, nothing. So either keep it going or it's just gonna be there. Like what else can happen to the brand that hasn't already been done that's damaging? It doesn't need saving. It's not dead. It's just there. So onward and forward. You know, I think there's so much hyperbole in the fandom.
I agree. But yeah,
so much. I think there's a lot to like.
Yeah. Well, that's everything I got. You have anything else you want?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I think this is a good runtime as well. So that way, when we do it at the next episode, we've got a lot to talk about. Shit, man. It hasn't felt like an hour's gone by.
No, it really hasn't. That's crazy. It's actually crazy.
I mean, I literally, speaking of nostalgia, I brought back my OG water, my OG sweater. So like,
perfect. He's back, people. He's back.
This might be exactly what I needed to leapfrog back into my channel. So,
literally. So
there you go. Make sure you subscribe to this beautiful man over here.
Subscribe to this beautiful man right there. But yeah.
There. Look at that. It's like the fucking Lego loading screen. That's what it is. It's the Lego loading. It is. I'm gonna take a snapshot of that and then put it as a side by side with the Lego Qui-Gon Obi-Wan thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching this. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on Jacob's channel. Leave everything down below in the description.
There will be more, and Kings of Pop Culture is coming back soon.
Very soon. Oh yeah, that.
It's got to get out of the Christmas season. I'm working too many weekends at the minute, and it's messing up my sleep schedule.
Yeah, I don't know when the next episode will be. They ain't gonna be. I don't know. So, cause me and Jacob are both very busy people, so I don't know when the next episode will be. It'll be soon. It won't be like a month, but it'll be soon.
It won't be like a father bringing home, like Anakin's father bringing home the milk.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching this, and may the force be with you always.
Oh, sorry, opposing. Oh, Lord, my bad. My fault, gang. Oh, that's kind of fire. Let me just there you go. May the force be with you always, people. Peace out.
Deuces. You want to fight, bro? Or this way. Sorry.
You just aimed the wrong. Well, there you go. I'm done.
There you go.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.